righty.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
Nice to meet you. Should I talk to the camera?
Whatever
Talk
you
to the
want.
hand? Okay. So this is the Responder 5. This is the new, we call it a nurse call system. You call it a call light system. It's on 3 West, so when it opens mid-December, all of the equipment is in. 3 East, we're slowly going through and doing the replacements in the rooms. And since you guys float from 3 West, 3 East, and then 7 West as well. 7 West isn't going to have theirs until the middle of next year. But 3 East and 3 West will be done by the end of this year. Okay, so if you ever float over there. So this is a nurse console. Okay, we always do a little pop quiz in the beginning. What is this?
Your call lights.
Okay. Okay, so everybody, and you can call it a call light, that's completely fine. It's a pillow speaker.
Okay.
We call it a pillow speaker. You can continue to call it a call light, that's fine. So the difference on the new system is the old system has 1 button for them to call for the nurse or the aide. Now they have 4. So they have a patient call or nurse, the nurse button, water, pain, and toilet. So whatever they press will enunciate on the console. So for instance, if they press pain, it says the room number. So it's a test, we're on a test system. So it says test room 101, bed 1, in pain. Okay, I answer it. I don't have to do push to talk, nothing. I'm connected in about 1 second it connects. And that's as clear as the audio is. So they will be able to hear you or whoever's triaging the call that clear. If I answer their question, I don't need to send an RN or a PCA, I can hang up. However, let's say that they are cold and they'd like to have a blanket. So I'm talking to them. Let's say that I need to send a PCA for that. So I have shortcuts on my console. So I can press need PCA and I press the button. See how it turns? Oh. A list of messages comes up. I don't have to choose a message because the message doesn't go anywhere. So I just choose no message and I hang up. That turns red. Oh, why did that? Okay, that shouldn't be ringing. So what happens is now I have a flashing yellow light. Let's not look at the white. We have a flashing yellow light, which means now, okay, I have a service set for the PCA. If this is your room, you're looking for the light. Oh, that's me. Okay, let me cancel this. So I'm a PCA. That's my room. I see a yellow flashing light. So what I'm going to do, oops, wait a minute. Let me do this really quick. So I have my yellow flashing light. So I'm a PCA. This is called a staff terminal. Okay. This is a communication and a workflow device. So now when you go and answer a call, you are not going to hit the cancel button on any of the devices. As a PCA, you are going to press PCA is in the room. So now it turns this solid. So now visually we have an indicator that you're in the room, right? So there's a PCA in the room. If there was an RN in the room, the RN would press RN in room, and now RNs are green. Just, I think it's the same workflow, same colors, green for RNs and yellow for PCAs. Okay. So you've brought the blanket, you're getting ready to leave, and you turn it off. So now the PCA is not in the room, okay, and the RN just did rounding, and now she's left, okay. So this is like a visual indicator of who's in the room or who needs to respond to a service request. All the other functionality on this staff terminal is not going to be working until January when we have the alerts go to your Cisco phones. So I don't think, oh, you do carry Cisco already. Okay, all right.
That'll be phase 2 of the rollout.
Yes, phase 2 of the rollout. Okay, so the pillow speaker, any of the 4 buttons that they press will just be a solid white light. So if you see that, you'll know, oh, they pressed one of the buttons on the pillow speaker, right? So let's say that I'm close to the room and that's my room. All I need to do is go, I'm in the room. So it cancels the ringing and it shows that you're now in the room and addressing the patient. Okay, and then you leave, you turn it off. The pillow speaker is plugged into a patient station. So this is usually behind the patient, right? Like that. And on the patient station, you have your code blue button and your staff assist button. So code blue is 2 flashing blue lights. It's a warble, it's very loud, and it says code blue, okay?
Will it say the room?
Yes,
Okay.
it says the room 104, 105, 106. I'm waiting for Annie to walk by the way. She's supposed to bring me my binder. Okay, so that's code blue. Staff assist. Staff assist is an emergency, but it's not a code. So a combative patient, they're bleeding out, I need gauze, I need help, I don't want to leave the patient, but I need help. So I can press staff assist. That's got a fast tone, right? And that's a flashing white light. So they tried to keep it really simple with the colors on the dome lights. You don't have to remember 20 different color combinations. So I could answer a staff assist and I can find out what they need even before they get to the room.
Okay.
And they can say, can you send the PCA? I need, or can you send Susan? I need something. Okay. So you notice it keeps ringing? Okay. Urgent calls will continue to ring the console until somebody goes in and either registers or cancels the call. The only call that you need to cancel on here is the code blue. Everything else, if you walk in and you say, I'm the PCA and I'm in the room, it will cancel the call. Let's see if it does. Yeah, you can cancel staff assist as well. Code blue cannot be canceled by registering in the room. It has to be canceled here. So we have a few other shortcut buttons. So when I press, that's the normal volume of the console as it's ringing. If I press night tones, that softens the ringing a little bit, lowers the volume a little bit, okay? I have a mute button. I can actually mute the ringing, but it's still there. And that mute button is really more valuable when there's an urgent call. So remember when I said I pressed staff assist and I answered it and it still rings until somebody goes and cancels it? Especially for a code call, because you're gonna want that to keep ringing and flashing until the whole team gets to the room, because this is their visual and they're running, right? So it's probably gonna be ringing for at least a couple minutes on here. Even if you answer it, it's still gonna ring and it's loud. So the first thing I would do is I would hit mute tones, and then I would just let them, you know, until they decide when they're gonna press the cancel button, okay? Again, the cancel button, you only need to cancel the code blue. Everything else, when you register, cancels the calls. If I scroll over one screen, I have two more shortcut buttons. So if a patient initiates a call, can you hang on? Can you I'll have to look that up, I don't know what that, okay. So room volume up, room volume down. So patient initiates a call. So let's say they're elderly or they're hard of hearing, and this is the normal volume. Right now I'm at a 6. Now I'm pretty close to the device, so it's pretty loud. But if I have a hard of hearing patient, I can actually make it louder. I can go all the way up to a 10. I'll go to 9 right now. But I can go all the way up to a 10, that's pretty loud. Okay. Or I can turn it down if they say I'm too loud, which people tell me I'm too loud all the time. Okay.
What if you can't hear them?
Just kidding. So the rest of the shortcuts on the console. So if you're on the phone with them and you cannot hear them, this is your up and down. Do you ever triage the console? Do you ever answer it? Sometimes. So that's up, handset volume up and handset volume down. Okay. You can actually answer, I think you might have heard this part. Tell me if I'm being redundant. You can actually answer it hands-free. So that little microphone, okay, so that's hands-free. I have feedback because I'm so close to the device, and that's how I hang it up. I can dial into a patient room. So if I need to dial into patient room 101, bed 1, okay? Now I'm connected and I'm talking to the patient. Okay. So this is the bed. This is the bed. So 101 is the room number, bed 1 for bed A, or bed 2 for bed B. Okay. On the display, you will see up to 3 calls, but you could have 99 calls coming in. They would still be here. You just need to scroll down to see them. So this is your scroll up, scroll down to scroll through the rest of the calls coming in. And this is your line selector. So again, when a code or an urgent call comes in, the mute button is your friend. You should definitely hit the mute to keep it quiet so you're not alarming the rest of the patients, okay, when a code blue or a staff assist is ringing. But in order to answer regular patient calls, so let's say that you get a patient call from a room and then you get a water call from a room, right? Okay, water, patient. They're going to come in order that the buttons were pressed, okay? Unless you have an urgent call. Then that urgent call goes straight to the top, even if it's the 3rd one that came in. Okay. The first thing I probably want to do is press mute because that's loud. I could answer the staff assist, but if I know somebody's already going, or I answer the staff assist, I ask if they're okay, right? I hang up. That staff assist is still going to be there until somebody goes and registers or cancels in the room. But I need to answer those other calls. They can't just sit there. So if I need to answer the patient call, these are my line selectors. So I press that, it turns red, and then I'm connected to that call that I just chose. Okay, so I can answer them out of order. If you have a patient that cannot press buttons, you know, the soft touch
Yes.
or the blow tubes sometimes in ICU, you plug that in here.
Okay.
And then you have two of these devices, right? So on East, it's pulse ox, IV pump, chair alert, and vent. And then on the West, it's pulse ox, IV pump, chair alert, and then just generic medical device. Okay.
So
And they'll be labeled.
if we plug those in, will it turn white if they ring? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so they will flash white and it will ring the console. So you know that the pulse ox is going off in that room. Very good. Or the chair alert, of course. And then bed exit too. So you're going to plug your bed exit, the cables, into the I don't know if you have it here, but you have a 37-pin connector.
This thing.
Yes, but you're going to have something that comes out of the wall now that you plug into. And then when you set the bed exit alarm, the bed exit rings the console. Okay. That, I believe, is it. Do you have any